Hey everybody, it's Yusuf for Video Game Plot Summaries, and I'm trying again to deliver the plot summary of Spider-Man: Web of Shadows. Last time I had more to say about it than I thought, but this time, let's go straight into the plot summary. This plot kinda goes on like you know everybody in Spider-Man's universe, so periodically I will freeze the plot so that I can explain who the people are. Most of the people are pretty well known, especially by today's standards. Here we go.
It, don't you? You know what that does to you. You know how it can change you.
If that thing gets control over you, gutting is still an option. Got me?
This city is going to be ours. Just wait and see.
When this is said and done, who will the people remember as their savior?
With that super dope intro, we start off with Spider-Man having to bust up a city full of symbiotes. Spider-Man saves a SHIELD agent and brings him to the medic.
In a search party! Where is MJ?
MJ? I don't understand.
He's flipping out because he doesn't know where Mary Jane, his significant other, is. They don't specify whether it's his girlfriend or his wife. Still, you might want to stop screaming her name over and over again, though. I thought you had a secret identity, Spider-Man. And pretty soon he finds MJ in the passenger side of a beater with Luke Cage shoved into the driving seat. I don't even know how he's driving that damn thing. He got out of the car on some Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson only for the movie sort of stuff. I'm half that dude's size, and I own a SUV and I can't get out that fast. Luke Cage is a hero for hire. He protects his community of Harlem. He's got a show on Netflix that was pretty good. And this game was before the show, though. I often mess up his name and call him Nicolas Cage, who is that crazy actor. I mean, usually Luke Cage is pretty jacked, but man, in this game, they make him super jacked. You can't buy a shirt that covers that many muscle creases. Anyway, Luke Cage is super powerful and he's got bulletproof skin, so I guess you can't shoot him. So they hop out the car and Mary Jane got the shotty and a cast on her arm. How in the hell?
Is it really you this time?
Come on, we gotta go.
Look, I promise I won't use it again.
You promise? We are way past that.
We ain't got time for this.
Oh no, get away. Get away!
Come on!
Don't do it! Just come with me!
I mean, he literally just told her he wasn't going to use it again. Well, that was all in the present. I regret to inform you that this whole game is a flashback. We start the flashback with Spider-Man having to fight Venom. Venom is winning, but for some reason part of his symbiote still loves Spider-Man and links up with him.
Oh, Eddie!
What?
ready for a world of pain.
And Spider-Man has this weird relationship with an alien symbiote that bonds with him and turns him into an angry dude. The symbiote is basically just every Spider-Man writer's fallback whenever they run out of stories. They just throw a symbiote on somebody and then Spider-Man has to deal with it. When the symbiote is bonded to Spider-Man, he goes from a superhero who lifts around 10 tons to a superhero that lifts like 7 times that. Unlimited power! Since the symbiote is bonded to Spider-Man just now, he is way stronger than Venom because Venom's strength is enhanced from a normal human strength. So, as a Black Spider-Man, which is what I call Miles Morales, but for this point in time, I'll just call the symbiote Spider-Man Black. Black Spider-Man just hurls a bunch of cars at Venom until he tries to kill Mary Jane. The Spider-Man hands Venom a beat down and runs to check on MJ.
Brock, look at me when I talk to you. Mary Jane. Thank God. Is she okay?
I got your birthday present, but then there was this loud noise and...
Everything's fine.
Let's go.
You're gonna be fine. I love my present. I love my present.
Okay, so I guess the paramedics need to know that Spider-Man is dating MJ. What's going on with the secret identity here? Anyway, Spider-Man heads to the hospital only to find that gang members are having a shootout in front of it. Damn, hoodlums don't have any honor in this game. Not only are they trying to throw their own lives away, but they're trying to stop other lives from being saved. And what the heck is up with all these custom-ass cars? Who the hell brings their lowrider Chevrolet to a shootout? And Spider-Man makes quick work of these yardies, and soon they surround him and unload their clips on him.
I knew this was over too quickly.
You're gonna pay for messing up my boy, Spider-Freak! It's Cage! Wasted!
You knew who Cage was, wouldn't you know he's bulletproof?
Now that was rude.
Together, they both finish off the hooligans. Luke Cage thanks Spider-Man for stopping the drive-by, which is great news since that wasn't a drive-by. You see, in a drive-by, you creep up on somebody's house and then you drive by it, shooting guns. What happened there was just a plain old-fashioned shootout. Where the hell did Luke Cage grow up? Oh yeah, Harlem. You'd think he'd know better. Anyway, Luke Cage recruits Spider-Man to stop a gang war, and Cage sends Spider-Man to save his informant, because it's another drive-by apparently, but in this drive-by, everybody's on foot. Spider-Man saves the informant and then goes on a gang member beating spree. After a while, he returns to Luke Cage and they both agree that they need to facilitate a truce between the two rival gangs in that area. Luke Cage convinces one of the gang leaders off-screen to take part in the parlay. And Spidey beats up more gang members until the head of one of the other gangs confronts him.
And what are we doing to deserve this?
Well, I guess it all started when you decided to murder each other in front of the hospital. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Man, Rolling 7 started all that. They killed my cousin.
And you hit back at them and so on. Thing is, they've agreed to a parlay.
What are you talking about?
They didn't even try to make it look like graffiti. I mean, dude, at least center the font of DeAndre's name. Anyway, Spider-Man convinces the Park Avenue gang leader that the Rolling Sevens gang wants to have a parlay with Luke Cage as the mediator. Before Spider-Man can catch up to the parlay, Mary Jane calls him and bitches him out for putting on that symbiote suit.
The doctor told me Spider-Man was asking about you, young lady.
Well, there was this drive-by shooting just as your ambulance pulled up, and then one thing led to another, and...
Same old story.
I was so scared this morning. Venom was choking me, and you weren't moving. Maybe that explains it.
Explains what? Explains you turning into that other thing? That other version of you?
You saw that?
Yes, I saw it. Tell me it's gone, Peter. Tell me you don't have that black suit again.
Well, it's complicated.
You have it, don't you? You know what that does to you. You know how it can change you.
You know, it actually worked for me. At first. Maybe this time it's different.
I don't believe you. Get rid of it, Peter. Get rid of it, and then I'll talk to you.
She's not a fan of angry Spidey, obviously. Spider-Man heads to the parlay, but his sense warns him of an ambush setting up. That's pretty peculiar. And Spider-Man takes them out before they have a chance. At some point, he webs up a bad guy who has surveillance photos. And Spider-Man, from that, figures out that the gang war is a setup. And afterwards, Luke is doing a stellar job as mediator as the two gang leaders pull guns on each other. This is when Spider-Man has his first choice. As regular Spider-Man, Luke Cage and he show the surveillance photos with red circles on them and claim that it's enough to prove that they were a setup.
You were played,
They were trying to make you guys kill one another.
and it worked.
This is a damn mess.
Alright. Don't see no other way to end this.
You ever need the Rolling Sevens? We're there.
Same goes for the Park Avenues.
Black Spider-Man just lets the war happen and he knocks everyone out by whipping them with symbiote skin.
The streets are gonna be safe, gentlemen.
What are you doing? This solves nothing.
Actually, Luke, this solves everything. These losers have been played. Somebody had their relatives murdered to start a nice turf war, and these two were more than willing to oblige.
You knew this whole turf war was a setup?
You asked me to clean up the streets, and that's exactly what I did. Maybe they'll all share a cell.
Black Spidey hit him with the white privilege answer. Send the hoodlums all to jail. The community's safe. You're welcome. After that, Spider-Man heads to the Kingpin's lair, which he suspects is where the militia came from.
Hold on. Something's up. Oh no, not her. How can Black Cat be working for Kingpin?
Spidey chases Black Cat until more of Kingpin's militia attacks him.
Bring it on! I don't care how many of you are...
Drop the device at once.
Moon Knight? Hello!
Drop the device at once.
I was fighting the bad guys, didn't you see?
You were present at the robbery.
And trying to stop it. Now let's chase all the robbers.
You speak the truth to Khonshu. Let us pursue them.
I thought I was nuts.
Moon Knight is an interesting character. He died close to a statue of the Egyptian moon god Khonshu. And now he's alive, and he works for Khonshu. The Moon Knight, or Mark Spector, has a multiple personality disorder and is an interesting character when written right. He's got a show on Disney Plus now that I hear is not impressive. So Spider-Man catches up to Black Cat, beats her up until she runs away, which inspires this QTE, or QuickTime event. I have to say that because I don't think they do those anymore.
Are you okay? I told you to lay off.
Sorry, I didn't know it was a QTE.
Are you okay? I told you to lay off.
She took falls worse than that during the fight, but okay.
Okay? I told you to lay off.
That looked like it hurt, Sophia.
I told you to lay off. Cat! Gotcha.
Spidey eventually catches up to the cat.
Felicia, you in there? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I'm right here, you idiot.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Look, I'm a screw-up, okay?
You think? You do a heist for Kingpin, try to kill me.
I was working from the inside. I got in over my head and I couldn't get out of it, and then you show up way too early and I get this huge rush from seeing you.
You attacked me. And what do you mean I showed up early?
I was doing it for you, so you would see that we were made for each other.
Ooh. I'm sorry. I had no idea you still felt like that.
Really? Well, guess what? I do. I still love you. Look at us, wearing these stupid masks. Who are we really? We have all these powers and act like we're ashamed of them. Be with me. Together we can be whatever we want. Free from want, free from responsibility, free to have fun. You do like fun, don't you?
If you stay normal Spider-Man, then Moon Knight becomes your handler.
I can't do that. And you know it, Felicia.
Can't or won't?
Same thing.
If you choose the dark path, then the Black Cat becomes your handler. The way the Black Cat was suggesting we have fun puts a twist on it when you have the symbiote on you. You know the symbiote will want a piece of that action.
You're right. I could use a little more fun in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I promise you this whole city is yours.
Really?
Yep. And I know just who to take it from.
Big guy wearing a cravat.
That's right.
Anyway, both of the handlers have the same mission, so you aren't missing anything. With Moon Knight, Spider-Man seems to be fat-shaming the Kingpin to the point of cringe. Talk to him.
Kingpin has launched a massive operation tonight.
What? He made dinner plans?
He has assembled a large, well-equipped force to hand out multiple operations simultaneously.
Well, he must be ordering takeout.
Actually, he seems to be taking out one high-tech firm after another, stealing technology, destroying records, wreaking havoc upon the whole sector.
The point of it all is to find out where the Kingpin is getting all the weapons for his militia. At some point, they tell Spidey to go to the Daily Bugle, and then we get a cutscene with this ominous structure in the skyline that Spidey doesn't seem to think twice about. I mean, not even a double take. Well, it turns out that the Kingpin's jobbers are trying to break into the courthouse with bombs. Perhaps Wilson Fisk could hire a cat burglar to get into the courthouse. Oh, that's right, he already tried doing that. Oh, the Black Cat is Spidey's ex-girlfriend. They change her backstory a lot, and sometimes she has Captain America's super soldier serum in her, and sometimes she has jinxing powers because the Black Cat crossed your path. You get it. Hey, looks like they're making a show for her on Disney+. I was about to say. Wilson Fisk is the kingpin of crime. He's the biggest mob boss, and he brazenly does whatever he wants without any real fear of the law. He is the main antagonist in the Daredevil Netflix series, but he always shows up in every Spider-Man cartoon too. Sometimes he's black, like in the Daredevil movie. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so Spidey takes care of the jobbers and the drivers inside of the big mechs. After that, they all make a tactical retreat with their tails between their legs. But instead of Spider-Man easily following their stupid plane-ass helicopter, the game chooses to give you props for completing the mission. Fortunately, Moon Knight followed them in his cute little moon flyer thing. He found a base for Spidey to check out.
Oh, I could tell you stories. I could also tell you fat jokes. That's usually what I do when I get toe-to-toe with the guy. Fat jokes drives him nuts.
Indeed.
I suppose it's kind of childish.
Perhaps.
But I admit it, he's got this little vein on his forehead. Oh, I love to see that thing pop when he gets all angry.
You enjoy inciting anger.
Only in the bad guys. Makes him sloppy, less likely to shoot me, you know?
When Spidey gets there, he finds the Vulture.
Is this your new line of work? Goblins are us?
Leave now while you still can.
I'm glad you found work within the criminal industries.
I'm warning you, Spider-Man.
The Vulture is a mainstay in every Spider-Man video game. Most of the time, he's just an old dude with grenades. He's the main bad guy in the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. In this game, though, the Vulture has swords for feathers on his wings, which I think is about the coolest thing they've ever done to the Vulture. Even the intro did him way more justice than they usually give him. With that said, Spider-Man beats up the Vulture the exact same way as he normally does, by connecting a web to him and then zipping onto him and then kicking his butt once he gets close. We get another QTE. Picking the regular Spidey choice has Spider-Man leave the Vulture for the cops, but the Black Spider-Man choice has Spider-Man threaten the Vulture and make him an ally. We can ask allies to help fight for us. I did once and it wasn't very helpful, so I never did it again. With that done, Spidey checks back with his handlers. Moon Knight found another weapons base.
Hi, you're being evicted. This is bad. Really bad.
Spider-Man defeats all the weird crazy zombies, or excuse me, day crawlers. And when he goes back to Moon Knight, has to explain why it appeared that he was throwing civilians off a skyscraper.
Those people on the roof.
There was a reason for that.
There can be no reason for throwing innocent.
They're trying to kick my butt.
It wasn't Moon God vengeance, but it was something that needed to happen. I didn't let anyone get hurt.
You took a great risk. The authorities
usually want to shoot me anyway, if we want to be honest.
Black Cat gets a tip that Hell's Kitchen has a symbiote problem. When Spider goes to investigate,
One nasty. And it's nice to see you too, Logan.
You sound as irritating as Spider-Man, but you don't smell right. You're one of them.
One of who? One of... Wait, you can smell the...
Yeah, and you're one of them, bub.
they fight until Spider-Man can convince Wolverine that it is in fact Spider-Man. I'm not explaining who Wolverine is. He's been in as many movies as Spider-Man at this point. Wolverine teaches Spider-Man how to use his spider sense to figure out which people have the symbiote in them. which is crazy because when he does, the people flip out and come flying at him. Now Spider-Man is being handled by Wolverine, and now all his missions are symbiote-based. Eventually, Spidey runs into Venom, where Venom reveals that he is the one who is harvesting the symbiote. Big surprise.
Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are.
Gross.
Parker, you took away part of us, but that just made us stronger. We should grow.
Eddie, that's not right.
Eddie, we don't listen.
By the way, this is Editor Yusef. I would just like to throw out some shine for the character concepts in this game. I think they're a little uncanny valley with Spider-Man being so shiny all the time and everything, but I do kind of dig the character costumes. Like, because this game was supposed to be all about symbiotes, they went all out and made sure that the light shines off of everything just like symbiote skin would have shining off of it. So this is the best rendition in my eyes of any symbiotes in video games. Also, I think it's really cool that Venom has kind of a hairy chest, a hairy spider insignia, so it's like it's the tarantula sort of thing. It really sets him apart from regular Spider-Man Peter Parker Venom. I assume it's because of this that the other characters, the other superheroes, kind of look a little lubed up themselves, you know? Like, Black Cat is fine, but Luke Cage and Wolverine, they look like somebody did kind of douse them with a little bit of juice, a little bit of lube before they sent them out there to do stuff, you know what I mean? Like they're Roman wrestlers or something. Anyway, back to the plot summary. So, Spider-Man just found these pods that Venom was making to birth more alien symbiotes. They fight, and it's cool because it gives me a chance to use my little Dragon Ball attack. The fight turns into a chase, which is made more interesting because now the city is not just crawling with symbiotes that look like normal people, but full-blown, out-of-the-closet symbiotes. Yeah, so after chasing Venom all over New York, Spidey at one point just lets him leave. Okay, then. Alright guys, that'll do it for this episode of Video Game Plot Summaries. Of course, we're going to continue with this next week. I have no idea why Spider-Man just let him go. I mean, let's just go ahead and get Venom to at least give him a good punch to knock him into a wall before he leaves or something. Before, at the beginning of the game, all of a sudden, Venom had like ninja qualities. The moment Spider-Man turned his back, it was like, oh, he's gone. Now, all of a sudden, Spider-Man's just letting him limp away after he's figured out that Venom is trying to take over Manhattan or take over New York City with a bunch of symbiotes. Like, yeah, fam, you probably should keep chasing that dude. But anyway, please like and subscribe and comment if you like the story so far. Give me a comment if you can figure out a better way that the Vulture actually has had an intro, because I can't. Like, the Vulture's always been clowned on every time he shows up. This time he comes in and he's like a beast. I don't know what's going on there. I didn't even know he did weapons engineering like that. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. You guys freed me like Neo freed Agent Smith. Peace.